Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here. Wanted to bring you guys a video review of the Infrared 23 Jordan 6s. Wanted to show you guys the box first, and then we'll get into the sneaker, as well as a comparison between some of the other all-red Jordans that we've had in the past. You guys can see right here, this is the box, though, to start off, and try to get a little focus here. Infrared 23 on the box is the actual color, black. Infrared 23, size 9.5. 170 is the box price. Interesting that the box actually came in a Jordan 5 box. Kind of interesting move. I'm not sure why. I mean, if you guys know that previously the Jordan 6 came in this style box, and you can tell that this is the Jordan 6. This is the Olympic 6. Actually, I might as well just grab one of these out for reference if I want to compare some stuff. But yeah, so interesting that it came in a Jordan 5 box. This was used for the 5s all last year. I'm not sure necessarily why, but that's what it came with. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and open it up and show you guys what it came with. So it has the same kind of wrapping paper as usual, and then you get these crazy colored Infrared 23 Jordan 6s. Also inside, fumbling around over here, sorry. Inside the box is also some regular tissue paper as well. It's folded up. So I got both in my box, not sure necessarily why, but just giving you guys kind of a heads up and a note on that. So this is the sneaker right here, the Infrared 23, and you can tell it is a really vibrant sneaker. It's kind of hard to describe how this looks in person because it's different than what you can tell from the images of the shoe. Like most sneakers, you see a one-dimensional image of a sneaker and it doesn't give it any justice for how the shoe actually looks in person. And also the lighting in my room might not be very good or whatever it might be, so it might be hard for you guys to tell. But this sneaker is pretty ridiculously crazy. Like I was kind of okay. Like, I mean, I definitely wanted the sneaker. I like this one better than the white infrared. I would take the black infrareds over these probably any day just because it's the classic colorway. But the fact that they kind of expanded the infrared to an entire upper is ballsy. It's such a vibrant looking sneaker to me. And if you guys already know or if you don't know, I really like loud sneakers. So I like having an obnoxiously loud sneaker that if you're walking through the mall or you're going, you know, somewhere, like people would be like, dang, those are like bright. Those ones definitely stand out. And that's what these ones do. It gives you that kind of standout feeling of a sneaker that's really bright, but it's on a classic upper of a Jordan 6. So I kind of like that. And the fact that we haven't seen a ton of different colorways of the Jordan 6s. I mean, I guess the other year we saw a bunch of them, but it's been a handful of years since we saw like the Oreos and all of those that came out back in the day. But I'll give you guys a close-up look. Again, the lighting might be a little bit weird in here, especially with the black background. But you have the jump. Oops, I always zoom in here. Let me go back out here. Sorry. Yeah, you have the Jumpman with the air on the back. You have the pull tab right here with some infrared on it, and here's a little bit better look. And then you have, and this is something that I really dig about this sneaker. You have an all black midsole with just areas where the clear spots are that are kind of like a whitish color. But the fact that it's an all black midsole and it's two different colors, there's the midsole material and then there's the paint. So the paint, this paint line right here is what would have been infrared on the white infrareds or the black infrareds, and then you get a little bit of a trim right here as well, and that would have been the infrared color as well. So this is, I mean, I guess you can consider it like a flip or a reverse to some extent. You have the Jumpman right here embroidered on the tongue cover, and then you have the lace lock right here, as we already know, and it's actually with the black Jumpman and not infrared as well. But I really like the way that they put this, and there's a sexy sole right there. I love this sole. It's so amazing to me. I love the zigzag patterns and the hits of clear. And then maybe to show you guys a comparison between those and these ones on the soles, if you guys are curious. Now, a lot of people were pissed off about the icy color, and they were worried about, well, it's so icy blue, it's going to be ugly. But I'm showing you guys a comparison. These are the Olympic 6s from the last retro, and look at, they're not icy at all. Like they're just straight up white. So or clear. Like, so if you're worried about this icy color, I say don't be, because it goes away. It doesn't maintain this icy of a color the entire time. So I have the white infrareds coming as well. I got them on Nike store. They're actually those ones are a lot more of a general release than these ones are. These ones were a lot more limited. These never actually showed up at Nike Portland. They never got them. Only House of Hoops is the only place that I know that actually got these locally. And then the Nike store debacle this morning, if you guys were a part of that, leave a comment. Let me know your frustrations. But they sent out a link. Actually, you don't have to let me know. I already know you guys' frustrations because it happened to me too. They sent out a link and the link was void. It didn't work. It didn't resolve to a page. And some people were tweeting around the actual link to the shoe, and I actually grabbed one and showed you guys the link on Twitter. But by that time, by the time I got to it and everybody else got to it, it said sold out. Like everything was sold out, every size. Then Nike store hits us back about 20 minutes later saying, hey, these are actually sold out. So, or not sold out, sorry. There was an error and they're going to re-release them. I like the fact that they did that. At least they gave us some sort of heads up. Unlike the Tiffany Dunks, we sat there for hours on end and we didn't get any update on them at all. And when I talked to a Nike rep on the Tiffany Dunks on the phone, they said that the shoe was pulled and that none of the pairs were going to release. This is what they told me on the phone, which of course the customer service was wrong, that they were not going to release. And the shoes were actually going to be brought back out in a restock or something like that, or announced on a different day. But obviously the customer service lady that I talked to didn't know anything because they did release, and I was trying to tell her that, but she couldn't get me the pair over the phone because their systems were crashed. So similarly, like the store this morning crashed a little bit as well, on top of the fact that they sent out a wrong link. Now, part of this could be a problem because of them trying to combat early links, and at least maybe they're actually recognizing that as a problem. So if that's the situation in the case, I'm okay with them fumbling around on a couple releases to hopefully get an end result and resolution to the early links and every other method that we have out there to be able to have all these bots and everything else kind of cop the sneakers for us, which is a frustrating thing to have to deal with on a weekly basis. But kind of give you an up close again, a little bit more. Sorry for the long sidebar as I usually do. I'm having a lot of problems with this because of the colors in the room. But you can see this is actually tumbled along this part right here is the only part that's tumbled, and this is all flat. So there's just a little zigzag right here that's actually color tumbled, and then the rest is just regular. But all in all, like, the shoe is it's pretty dope. It's extremely vibrant, and I'm trying to focus in again. I did want to show you guys one other thing that's pretty important that you guys are probably waiting for, and that's the comparison between, let me move this one back here like that, and that's a comparison between these ones, and these ones. So these are kind of a look. This is kind of a look at the 4s, 5s, and the 6s. I don't have the Dornbecker 3s, unfortunately. That's one of the ones that I really, really want that I don't actually have in my possession. But let me see if I can lock in the colors here, because I know it's kind of a pain to lock in. Okay, so that's better. So you can tell this shoe is extremely, extremely bright comparison to, say, the Toro 5s. And then the closest, I mean, this one was a lot brighter. This is considered fire red from the box. So this is fire red versus infrared. And you can tell, maybe I can do it like a hold up like this or something like that. You can tell like the difference in color is pretty significant. And then I also, if you get, again, clear soles, this is more yellowed from the time that this released. So again, this clear sole will change in color, but you can tell again the coloring is just crazy different. So, and of course it's supposed to be different because this is the actual color is different. Now, the other thing that I wanted to note is the color on these infrareds, I feel like is not as pink as the color as it shows up on the white infrareds. And the reason why I think is because when you have pink against a white background, it kind of makes it look more pinkish. So if you have infrared on a white background, it makes it look more pinkish. But if you have infrared on a black background, it kind of brings out the red a little bit more. I swear, like, chicks with like makeup techniques could probably give us more of a heads up on this. I don't know. This is just me speculating, but just the way the color schemes kind of work out. So I feel like this infrared to me looks better on a black backdrop or with black midsole, black accents than it does with a white backdrop and accents and whatnot. So that's just kind of my thoughts on it. I still really like the white infrared ones, and it was one of those packs from way back in the day that I wanted to get that I did not get. So I'm excited that I'll hopefully be able to get the white infrareds and then the black infrareds later this year. But this is just a nice little extra bonus to be able to have a pair of the infrared 23s, or I mean, you can call them Toro 6s if you want, but it's probably not appropriate because it is actually just infrared. But that's kind of a side-by-side look at the 3 different colors. Hopefully this video quality comes out okay. As you guys already know, or most of you know, I use my iPhone 5S to film everything. I don't have any fancy cameras or anything like that. I'm not one of those people that have like that crazy quality type videos with that. So hopefully the iPhone is doing the work well enough. Video's long enough. I do have another video on the way that you guys will see. It is the LeBron 11 Gumbo All-Star sneaker, and I'll have a video with a look at those in the glow in the dark, as well as in comparison to some other LeBrons as well. And thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate your guys' constant support. If you do like the video, give the video a thumbs up if you don't mind, and feel free to share the video if people were curious about the comparison between these 3. Have a good one though, and we'll catch you guys for another video in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace.